Why play the long game when they instantly fall for you? No, not you, these guys. Here are 10 romance anime where the girl instantly falls in love with the guy. Let's go. Number 10, Cat Planet Cuties.
でもよかったなエリス。初めての発情期に相手がいるのは運がいいんだぞ。大抵は疑似体験装置だからな。やだ
ドクターったら。相手って？
無論キヨ君のことだが。
This is what happens when people become too obsessed with cats. They make cat waifus. Did you hear about this planet called Katian? No. They say it's filled with cats. It's one of those stories where you wonder, what was the author thinking? Anyways, there's this guy named Kiyo who finds a cat in his bed. The next day, the cat turns into a girl. Her name is Eris, and she's from Katian.
キヨさん、私たちがこの星に最初に来た宇宙人ですよね。
まあそうだと思うけど。
あれ何ですか？
Now you'd think they could just live together and try to find a way back to the planet, right? Wrong. Turns out there are people trying to catch Eris, so she's hiding. Let's sum it up. We've got a cat, outer space stuff, and people chasing after the cat. If you're into cat drama mixed with space adventures, this show's for you. Number 9, Nyaruko, Crawling with Love.
Nyaruko? で
出れた！真宙さんが出れた！社交辞令だ！調子に乗るな宇宙人。
This time, the girl who's super into our main character is actually a Lovecraftian monster. Did that catch you off guard? No? Well, that means you've seen a bunch of romance anime with weird twists before. Anyways, this girl has white hair, was sent to keep our main character safe from aliens. And guess what? She's not the only Lovecraftian monster in the mix.
このまま大いなる航路でも
目指さねえよ。
ひとまとまりの財宝を
探さねえよ。
世界一の大監獄に乗り込んで囚われの兄を
助けねえって言ってんだろ。
Pretty strange, huh? Why would anyone want to protect this regular old main character? Well, you have to watch the anime to find out. But one thing's for sure, this girl is totally obsessed with our guy. If you're into anime where a monster is head over heels for a guy, this is the show for you. But just because there's monsters in here, don't expect this girl to fight Godzilla anytime soon. Number 8, chilling in another world with level 2 super cheap powers.
お嬢さん、僕でよければお連れしますよ。
報酬はそれほどありませんけど、それでもいいのですか？
Meet Bonanza, our hero, or should I say average merchant. Yep, luck's not on his side. He got summoned as a hero, but then everyone said he was destined to be a merchant. At least he didn't get the treatment Naofumi from Shield Hero got. But can he flip the script on this mess?
だけど、このまま何もしないで殺されるなんて絶対に嫌だ。だから使える魔法を片っ端から試す。
Just by the title, you know he's got some cheap powers waiting to kick in, maybe at level 2. This is one of those fantasy worlds that doesn't take itself too seriously, and you shouldn't either, or it might spoil the fun. The characters look like they're straight out of a comedy anime like Konosuba. It's all about the laughs, kind of like Smartphone in Another World. But the silver lining, JC's staff, the folks behind Food Wars, are handling the animation, and the girl pretty much falls for the guy very soon. Number 7, a good librarian is like a good shepherd.
かっけいさん？
あ、もしかしてアプリオの？
そうですそうです。鈴木です。覚えてくれてて嬉しいです。
俺、名前言ったっけ？
ウェブニュースに出てましたよ。
It seems like rescuing girls from accidents can make them really like you right away. If you're single, you should try that sometime. This anime starts with Koyotaru Kaiki saving a girl from a train accident. To say thanks, the girl joins Kaiki's club and asks him to join a mysterious Shiomi Happy project. And it turns out she wants to make everyone happy.
ほら、かけいくん。これから一緒にゴミ拾おう。
はい。
Once again, this anime isn't anything super special. It's your typical slice of life mystery anime with a school club, a guy, a bunch of girls, and a main love interest. But just like the last anime I talked about, it's really fun. You can watch it and have a good laugh, enjoy some romantic moments, and just have a good time. And this time, the characters look really good too. Number 6, Yurise Yatsura.
うるさい。どうせ閉めたって来るものは来るだろうよ。
寒いっちゃ。 寝るっちゃ。
忍遅いな。
忍は化け物に食われて死んだっちゃ。
んなわけあるか。
Normies seduce girls. Real guys like this guy seduce aliens. Oh, wait, we had a guy who seduced a Lovecraftian monster, so that's the ultimate achievement. In this anime, the main character is a girl from outer space. Yurisei Yatsura is about the guy named Ataru who gets picked to represent humans in a big fight against aliens. He ends up facing off with a girl named Lum, who's the daughter of one of the aliens. In the story, Ataru promises to marry his girlfriend, but Lum thinks he meant to marry her, so she moves in with him.
わかった。頼んますぜ。向こう班。
あたるくん。
あ、忍。
いつまでも抱きしめちゃって。せっかくだからラムと結婚したら？
You might think you've seen this story a million times, but did you know it's actually a redo of an anime way back from 1981? That old show is the reason why a lot of the romance today have certain tropes like forced to live together or that one tsundere you really want to kick out of the house. I was kind of unsure about this new version at first, but the people who made it did a really good job. Number 5, a condition called love.
花野井くんは彼女と付き合ったらしたかったこととかないの？
そうだな。最終的には同じお墓に入れたら幸せかな。
Once again, in a world of anime, we learn a lesson about helping strangers with umbrellas and finding love. Seriously, at this point, I'm pretty sure the more umbrellas you have, the more potential love affairs you get. Our girl Hotaru has her own set of issues. She's got friends, family, and good grades, but she just can't seem to find a boyfriend. And one day, she sees Hinoe, a boy from her class, getting dumped. She lends him her umbrella, and to her surprise, he shows up in her class the next day asking her out.
いつもこんなに早くから待ってたら風邪ひいちゃうよ。
でも蛍ちゃんと1秒でも長く一緒にいたいから。
1秒でも。
Does this mean you should go around offering umbrellas to random girls hoping they'll ask you out? Nah, but at least you can see one lucky girl snag a guy in this anime. Plus, the animation is pretty good, as I've always said. Can't say I'm a huge fan of the character designs, especially when the guy seems like he stepped out of a modeling studio, but to each their own. Number 4, Chained Soldier.
これは私の意思に関わらず自動的に体が動く能力の代償だ。こういう行為とは無縁だと思っていた。
Is this like a spin-off of Chainsaw Man? Not exactly, because this time Makima is a tsundere. Yes, the what are you doing, you idiot kind of girl. It's set in a world where women have superpowers to battle monsters that threaten humanity. One high schooler named Yuki gets caught by one of these monsters, but gets rescued by a warrior girl. She makes him an offer, be her servant, and she'll give him powers in return.
戦闘時には私の奴隷になってもらうが、普段はここの管理人になってもらう。
私女子校出身だし、男まじまじ見る機会なかったから、なんか面白い。
Chained Soldier has a bit of everything. Comedy, a bit of harem situations, some action, fantasy elements, and a touch of mystery. Oh, and did I mention fan service? There's plenty of that. Even though the fan service might be the main attraction for some, the girls in the show do have different personalities, which is a plus. Personally, I'm not really into the whole masochism thing, but if it's your cup of tea, then this show might be right up your alley. Number 3, chilling in my 30s and getting fired from the Demon King's army.
この子が行き場のなかった俺に居場所を作ってくれた。マリーカ、俺と結婚してくれる？
This is the second guy on the list who is chillin'. Apparently, you can chill more in an isekai world rather than the real world. It's not often you see a guy from another world actually settling down. This guy might seem a bit clueless, like the typical character you'll find in any old anime, but he manages to find himself a wife, and that makes him the king of all romance anime. Anyways, that's pretty much what the title says. It's about the everyday life of a guy who got booted from the Demon King's army.
ダリエルさん。
終わった。
ダリエルさんはセンターギルドに行くんですよね。
Sure, it might remind you of Banished from the Hero's Party, but this one tells its own story with its own characters. If you're hoping for big battles, you might be disappointed. But if you're in the mood for a laid-back story about an ordinary guy in a not-so-ordinary world, then this is just the ticket. Number 2, Tales of Wedding Rings.
あなた？
いつの間に寝て
昨日はすごかったよ、佐藤。
To be honest, I found Tales of Wedding Rings way better than Chain Soldier once I started watching it. Trust me, Chain Soldier is superb in terms of action and pacing, but Tales of Wedding Rings says, hey, this is that show where a random guy gets girls who instantly fall for him, and then delivers on that promise. The animation, character designs, the way they build the world, and even the moments with a bit of fan service were all really nice.
見とれちゃった？
まあ
正直者だね、佐藤は。
The story revolves around Satao, a regular high school student who has a crush on his mysterious childhood friend Hime, since she moved in next door. When they suddenly find themselves in a different world and Hime is chosen as a potential queen, Satao decides to crash the wedding, snag the wedding ring, and make Hime his bride. I know it all sounds like a bunch of coincidences, but I'm not complaining. What really matters are the girls our guy meets along the journey. Number 1, banished from the hero's party.
ベッドが変わったせいか、いまいち。
安物だからな。そりゃ寝つきも悪くなるさ。
眠れなかったのはそういうわけじゃないんだけどな。
You can pretty much guess the plot from the title, right? In this story, there's a fellow who got kicked out of the heroes group. Instead of continuing adventures, he settles down in a village to help out. Oh wait, there's more. If it were that simple, this anime wouldn't exist. Like in many anime stories, this guy finds himself a companion. But she's not just any girl. She's a tough princess who becomes his perfect protector. She's also the standout character of the show.
リットのおかげだ。
そうかな。だったら嬉しいな。
Unlike other fantasy romance anime, this one doesn't avoid romance. The two main characters become a couple early on by the 3rd episode. There's also a good backstory explaining why our hero got booted from the heroes group. Don't expect big fantasy battles here, expect a sweet love story instead.